2 days ago, Good announced that they would be the title sponsor of a PGA Tour event. Truly one of the most groundbreaking announcements in YouTube golf history. And today on the Scratch Golf Show, we have quite the episode for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Marco and I'm your host. Here on the Scratch Golf Show, we talk about all things golf, YouTube, and professional, and that includes interviewing some of the top creators in the YouTube golf space. Today, Good member Matt Scharff joins me for the second time to get into all things the Good Championship, big break, as well as some other stuff that you may have missed in the announcement. Quite the episode. Before we get into it, hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment your thoughts. Without further ado, let's get into it with Matt Scharff. Ladies and gentlemen, for the second time, welcome back, Mr. Matt Scharff, to the Scratch Golf Show. Scharfy, big week for you guys, man. How's life been these last couple days?
Hey, thanks for having me on, Marco. It has been insane. Obviously, a lot of you guys know we got one of our biggest announcements kind of back to back, I guess, if you want to look at it that way, of being able to, obviously none of us are good enough, maybe Brad and Sean, to play in a PGA Tour event. So we said, you know what? Why don't we just make our own Good Championship and make it worth some FedEx points? And we did. Right. And we announced it, and here we are.
I know. Well, side note, I actually want to talk about, I know Johnny from Callaway has been trying to get Brad and Sean in a PGA Tour event for a while, but ever since the Good, and I messaged him earlier, I was like, you don't got a campaign anymore because they just bought their own. Now they can just get into their own tournament. Good because like, screw that. I'm just going to buy my own PGA Tour event. Yeah. Anyway, yes, big news this week. We're recording this Wednesday night, about 9 hours after the big break announcement, but let's start with I would say bigger part of the announcement is Good bought and is going to be the title sponsor of a PGA Tour FedEx Fall Series event starting November 2026, the Good Championship. I guess just talk to me about, one, what this means for Good and just how crazy these last couple days have been for you, just going through all this announcement and seeing it since, from 5 years ago to now, how crazy it's been.
Yeah, it has been, oh my gosh, it's been insane. I mean, like I've kind of talked about a little bit with the guys, and they've talked with me. It's just like, this is something we've all watched PGA Tour. It's just been insane, the history, and for all of us to just be watching it and going to a couple of PGA Tour events myself, and to be able to actually sit down and say, okay, we're not playing in one ever. Like, is there a way, like when we first, in first couple of years of Good, like, is there a way where we could sponsor a PGA Tour event? Maybe we just sponsor one, whatever, put a tent up, or, whatever we do. And then we get slowly, if you've seen some of our progress, we slowly started to build it. We got, in TPC Sawgrass, we did the players merch, and then we did the memorial. And then it's so we started to kind of implement some of our stuff at the stuff. And then we're like, okay, we're starting to gain a better relationship, and it just kind of all started to flood in, and then boom, all of a sudden we're like, hey, well, we can, Omni, bam, there's a connection, and then it's like PGA Tour's like, hey, well, we can throw this, and we can get you guys on it, and you can actually have the tournament, and then we're like, all right, are you being serious? Boom, they're serious, we're serious, and all of a sudden we're sitting here about to be hosting our own PGA Tour event at the Omni. It's blown all of our minds. When we came down here to shoot the announcement, it was still unreal while we were shooting it that we're going to have legit pros here competing, playing for a bunch of money at an event that we will be hosting is a dream come true. So it's been an absolute whirlwind of a week and last year, honestly.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, first of all, congratulations to you, the rest of the team. I know you had mentioned we were offline. A lot of the exec work is kind of not done through you, through Kendrick, Jeff, and the rest of the exec team. Congratulations to everyone at Good. As someone who's been a fan, since the early days, and just, watching you guys' channel grow from a YouTube channel to, growing the apparel to now doing live events to now you're just literally sponsoring a PGA Tour event where someone from Good is going to hand a PGA Tour pro winner of the tournament a trophy here in 13 months. I mean, we're almost in November of 25, which is going to be 12 months from the tournament. I'm sure this next year is going to go by quickly, but I know you guys have a large undertaking, but like I said, congratulations on this. It's just a huge week for the brand. Can you talk to me a little bit about just how long this has been in the works? I know in the announcement video, Bubby had said it feels like it's been 12 to 14 months that it's been going on. But I guess, how long have you guys been sitting on this? And how long have these conversations been taking place?
I'd say Bubby was pretty accurate there, anywhere from a year to a little over a year. that this has kind of been in the works, and talking with PGA and talking with a bunch of people, and finding the right course, and where we want to host it and stuff. So I'd say it's been around a year, maybe a little more, um, of like actually like putting the pieces together. But it's been 5 years of wanting to do something like this. And I think that maybe is why it feels so long for all the other guys, because it feels like we've been wanting this for forever,
Yeah.
but it's only been going on for about a year. So, yeah, it's kind of insane. But I'd say at least minimum a year of getting all the pieces together.
That's crazy, man. Like, I mean, it's insane because from someone who like does news and like I don't not an insider like but I hear stuff, you know. I mean, people know me and people trust me and I've gotten some scoops, but like the fact that like this wasn't really leaked out at all, like I didn't
Yeah.
really hear anything about it. Like I can't imagine that was easy given how many people were involved. I'm not just from the good side, PGA Tour. You know, I'm sure there's other people who we don't even know who were involved. Like the fact that no one really got out of this. And like I had never heard a peep about this, and I hadn't seen anything as well. I can't imagine it was easy for you guys sitting on this for that long.
Yeah, that was difficult. I mean, I thought sitting on my hole in one on a par four was hard,
Yeah.
but my gosh, like sitting on this, and it's like, it's massive news too. So like when it hits the market, it's going to be like, all right, this is massive for us. We're going to get a lot of clicks, a lot of views, and you know whatever. So for us to sit here and be like, well, we got to wait till the right time was very difficult for us. But we all kept our mouth shut and did a pretty good job, and now the news is out. So I'm glad we did that.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys have done so much with the PGA Tour, and given kind of the current golf setup, we've seen a lot of YouTubers do stuff with Live, obviously the duels, etc. You guys have done a lot of stuff with the PGA Tour, TGL. I know you said the merch. You guys did the thing with the Champions Tour where you played at the Furyk and Friends event. So there's been, I would say, you know, breadcrumbs if you really want to follow that type of stuff to where your relationship with the PGA Tour has now gone from, you know, we're working together to now you're literally hosting an event. So it's been super cool to see that relationship grow with the PGA Tour. And like I said, everyone's dream as someone who watches pro golf, like it's got to be just the coolest feeling ever for you guys to have this going on. Like I said, can't say congratulations enough. Question around the course, you know, it's the Omni Barton. I forget the name. And
Yeah.
I'm sure you know as well, but I guess how many courses were there, and then why specifically did you guys try and keep it in the Austin area? And I guess how much of a say did you guys have in that, keeping it in the Texas area, close to where you guys are in Dallas?
Um, I guess for me personally, I don't know that I necessarily had a say in like the exact golf course that we were going to use.
But yeah, I
Um,
just mean like the org as a whole, like not
yeah,
so much
yeah.
the
I,
leaders.
I, I
Yeah,
think just naturally the inclination was to be like, okay, we kind of want to keep it. I guess we're all from Texas, so try to keep it local. I think that was like the main like vision, I guess, that we had behind it was like, how can we keep this in Texas? And obviously, I'm sure we had like a bunch of other places that maybe reached out or said, hey, you can maybe work here or whatever. But then maybe logistically down the road, it just was like, this isn't just going to really work as well as maybe this one. And we probably just narrowed it down. And then we're like, okay, we've got this one, and then we've got this one. This one's in Austin. This one's all the way over here. And we were just like, all right, well, let's just try our best to keep it local. I think maybe we also thought about like promotional stuff. It's only a 3 hour and 30-minute drive, so it's easy for all of us if we want to come down here, film some videos, promote the course, film the course. If we want to do some more like background or like some cool vlog type stuff, we can kind of film that and be a lot easier than having to travel, a 3 hour flight or whatever, and just be kind of a nuisance that way. So I'm sure that was also, part of the big scope behind that as
yeah.
well.
Do you have any insights into the course? I know you guys had mentioned in the announcement video that it is a rather difficult course. Personally, I've never played there, but I guess any insights into the course of just like how it will play, or just like how difficult it is, given that you've played there and filmed some content now there this week, and I'm sure in the past now that all this has been going on.
Yeah, so we're gonna be playing the Canyons course, um, and I'm gonna tell you, it is hard. It is a very difficult golf course, especially off the tee. I think if the pros come out there and they're locked in and they're hitting some really good shots, they're gonna probably shoot pretty well. But the rough, I'm sure, will grow out, and it's Bermuda, so it's tough to putt on. Um, but it is a very difficult golf course. I mean it. If Brad and Sean struggle out here, dude, it's a difficult golf course. It don't matter if I struggle. If I shank one off the tee, who cares? But if Brad and Sean are struggling to keep the ball in play, or they can't even hit driver, they got to hit some shot that's kind of more of a layup because it slopes all the way down to a creek that goes in the water. It's a very difficult golf course, and I think it's going to be really, really awesome challenge for the pros. And I think it's also for the fall year, it's going to be one of the most difficult courses that they're going to be playing through the season. Up until that point, it's going to be one of the hardest courses they play. And I think we kind of did like some predictions in the announcement. If you saw, I
Yeah.
think I said 15. I think someone said 13. And I'm gonna be honest, if the wind is blowing like it can in Texas, a lot of people know, I think the score could be 10 under, 11 under to win the tournament for 4 rounds. I think it could be that difficult of a golf course. And again, we're playing it where it's fairly easy. The rough's going to be grown out. There's going to be stuff. It's going to be a much different golf course for the pros. Um, but I think it's going to be a very fun challenge for them and definitely a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, man. I know you guys have the connection with Callaway. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of guys out there promoting the event. And not only that, it's cool to see you guys doing the homegrown thing. Like, I know you guys are in Dallas, but like keeping it in Texas, like keeping your roots. I know you guys get a lot of hate. And I actually want to get to the hate here in a minute, but I know deep down because I've worked with a lot of you guys and I've had a lot of conversation behind the scenes. Like, you guys generally do care about your fans and your support. Like, they're the reason you guys are having this success. I know you guys have said that numerous times. So keeping it homegrown, I think, is super cool from that perspective. You guys are keeping it in Texas local. Obviously, people can travel, and Austin's easy to get to. But I know you guys keeping it in Texas. I'm sure it means a lot to everyone over there, given your guys' presence in that area. You had talked a little bit about, or I should say Bubby had talked a little bit about how the duration, I believe it's a 3 year, is what he said, commitment to now. So there's not just a 1 year thing. Like, the tour sees that in you. So I guess if you can share a little bit on just what this means for Good being an investment, because that's basically what it is, that the new PGA Tour CEO is coming in, seeing the value you guys bring and making an investment into you guys and just YouTube golf as a whole. But I guess you just talk to me a little bit about what this means for Good and just, I guess, anything you can share on the duration of the term.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's obviously it was very very difficult, like you said. The planning of this and trying to get a PGA Tour event is quite literally the hardest thing that Good has ever done, outside of like literally trying to create apparel and do all that. Like, it is one of the most difficult things trying to work with the like trying to get something in the PGA Tour, one of the most respected you know golf establishments that there is. It's just very very difficult. It's not just you show up and you talk to the high exec and you're like, hey, we want to do a tournament. Great, okay, perfect, we'll do it next week. No, like I said, it took a year, a little over a year to do this. So I think if this is a big success and the PGA Tour can see that and see how YouTube can be an awesome part in playing, and not just like the super serious golf that we can sometimes do, but like adding like a fun level of golf to it. I think they're going to see some awesome value in that. And then, yeah, hopefully, hey, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, we can do this and have and host our own good tournament that counts for FedEx Cup points. That's something that we would absolutely, all of us from Good would want, is to continue the longevity of us in the PGA Tour and be able to continue to host PGA Tour events. I definitely don't want it to be like, all right, we're doing 3 and that's our contract and we're just done and we're not doing it again. I think it's a massive success and we got all the cool creators there and we're doing something really fun for the Pro-Am and all that sort of stuff. I think the PGA Tour is going to see some awesome success and we're going to see some awesome success and we're going to want to keep working together and making some awesome tournaments.
Yeah, man, it's crazy to think that YouTube golf has came from you guys beating a frying pan to now Good is just this. It has a PGA Tour event. I mean, you guys are on a TGL team. I didn't think it could get any bigger.
No.
But yet here we are. You guys are ingrained in the game, signing PGA Tour apparel. Pros. Joel Damon, Michael Block, and Bo Hosser, John Pock, all those guys. You guys own an event, which is it's still truly crazy to think about, man. Question I have for you, because you had just kind of touched on it, Sean. I think Garrett had mentioned, and you could share what you want about this is going to be a different event, that the PGA Tour has never really seen. I guess, can you elaborate on how this is going to be different and how you plan on interacting and making it more of like a YouTube golf feel for that event? I don't even know how you do that, and I'm sure you guys don't either because this is new for everybody. I guess anything you could share on the details of just how it's going to be different would be great.
Yeah, oh man, this is gonna be. Oh, I mean, I'm just so stoked. I think what me and Garrett and Sean and all the guys are really so like interested in is how can we incorporate YouTube? Like, how can they collectively come together, right? Like, obviously the PGA Tour is very super serious golf. They're locked in. They're playing for a lot of money, and it's just a super serious thing. People know that. And then you got this YouTube group that's just a bunch of doofuses that are just going out there and smacking balls around, how can we add like a level of that to a Super Series PGA Tour event where it doesn't necessarily feel, it just feels different, I think is going to be a challenge. And a lot of us don't even know any idea. We have no idea how to even like get this going. I'm sure there's going to be a crap ton of meetings that we have about how can we integrate YouTube into the PGA space. But that is the part, Marco, that I'm the most excited about is
Yeah.
how can we, and we're gonna talk about, we're gonna get hate for it. Like, geez, we walk 2 feet in front of us, we're gonna get hate for that. We walk two
Yeah.
feet back, we're getting hate. It's gonna happen regardless. If we don't even do anything, we're gonna get hate. If it's just a normal PGA Tour event, we're toast. So regardless of what we do, we're just gonna get some hate for it. But I think that's something that the people, all the fans and that just need to try to have an open mind is we are not PGA Tour players. We're YouTubers. So how can we add just a small level of that to an event and just make it different, make it more fun? And like you said, we're going to try and add a bunch of different creators. We're going to have a bunch of creators there. We're going to do something really cool for the Pro-Am, and we're going to create a lot of cool, fun content around the event and just make it more like a fun event to go to that you can bring everybody to. I think that's something that we're going to try to do. I want to incorporate the wheel, not a deal, somehow, some way. How can we get Scotty hitting a pan off the tee? Like, how can we do it? I want to try to figure it out. To have these pros do some super, and we've done some stuff with some pros where they're hitting weird stuff, and we're having a lot of fun. So, I don't know. I think that's like the part that I'm the most excited about is trying to incorporate some of this fun YouTube stuff that we do and put it into the pros' hands and see what they can do with it and smile and crack a fun time and stuff. So I'm just super excited about that. And again, none of us have any clue how to do it. We have no clue how to even start, but I know it's going to be fun.
Speaking of haters, man, let's talk about it because you guys, I texted Jeff the other day when I was getting this set up. I said you guys could solve world peace and you guys would get hate for it because people
No, you
just
didn't
like
do
to
it
hate
right.
me.
You didn't do it right.
Talk to me a little bit about the backlash that you guys have gotten and the hate. And I know you guys don't really care because majority of it is nice people, fans, but like just talk to me about the hate that's been received and I guess any thoughts you have on it and just how you deal with it, but just not really care about it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, at the end of the day, we got a PGA Tour event. I mean, get up out of here. We did it. We did it. If we get hate throughout the entire thing, we got a PGA Tour event. So that's like you said, that's kind of our mindset for all the guys. But yeah, we get hate for literally moving left or moving right or backwards or forwards. We're just going to get hate for whatever we do in the space, and I think unfortunately, some people's minds are made up and they want the PGA Tour golf to be a specific way, and it can't be altered. It can't be fixed. It's got to be 4 rounds of super serious golf, and they don't want to see anything else out there. No gimmicks, no nothing. So you're just going to have that fan base. But my hope for them is to have an open mind. Like, if it doesn't go the way that it goes and you hate it, that's fine. But I think if you go into it and you have a little bit of an open mind on, okay, these YouTubers, right? They're little YouTube social media dudes. What's this going to be? But if you just go in there and you're like, okay, what are they going to do to try to make this fun? And you never know. We might surprise you, right? Hey, buy a ticket, show up. We just might surprise you. There's a bouncy house on one. You can't be upset about that. But yeah, I mean, hey, we all get it. It's going to happen. Hate happens in this industry, not only for YouTubers, but it happens with the PGA Tour guys as well, and that level of golf that they have. So I think at this point, we're just so excited that we don't really care. We don't really care. We're just so stoked and excited to be doing this that I feel like we can't really mess this up. We're just going to go out there and put our own creative spin on it, and it's going to be so much fun.
Well, especially like a few things what I want to add. One, especially like you said, you're so excited to get the monkey off your chest because you've been sitting on it for so long. And as
Yeah.
someone who's like sat on stuff for a while because I didn't want to say it or I'm just waiting for the right moment to like post a video or a scoop that I got from somebody like that in its own right is like you said, you guys don't care. I think it's hilarious because a lot of the people who like are hating on you, I think it's a lot from a certain app. Like I feel like Twitter is like where you guys got a lot of hate.
Did you see that crew neck, man? We got
Yeah,
wrecked.
oh yeah, I saw.
Just hate.
I saw.
I think it's great.
But it's just like it's people who won't even give you a chance. Like it's people who just like don't want you guys involved. Like I said, you guys could do whatever. And at the end of the day, like you said, you guys don't care, but let's just look at the facts. Are multiple of the highest organizations in golf are getting involved, not only with you, but in YouTube. We've seen what Brian Bros and Grant are doing with the Major Cup, but now we have you guys involved in the PGA Tour event, TGL, like getting and like if you understand the pro golf side of this a little more, you'll understand that like the leadership over there is changing. The PGA Tour leadership structure is changing. Their new CEO, I would imagine, I'm just guessing here, probably had some instance in this because he wants to capture your audience. They believe in YouTube golf. So at the end of the day, everyone who supports the PGA Tour is going to bitch and moan about good having their own championship. But at the highest level of organization, they believe in you guys. So who really gives a crap? If the highest level believes it, let the sheep have their opinions. That's my take on it. And if you're going to hate, at least educate yourself. Just watch. Like you said, have an open mind, give it a chance. And then if you don't like it, I fully respect your having an opinion of not liking it. Just give it a chance. Have an open mind and educate yourself. That's all I'm saying. And I'm a little frustrated. It's been I see people in the discourse. It's just ridiculous, the stuff around you guys. I'm a fan. It fires me up, Matt. Fires me up a little bit.
Love it. I freaking love it.
Let's talk a little bit about actually before I get anything, I had a question. I saw this. Sergio Garcia was on Garrett and Brad's story. Are you guys doing a collab with Sergio? I think it's his home course out there. Is that something that's coming? Which would be super interesting for good.
I mean, Marco, what do you want? What do you want me to do? Huh? What do you want me to do? I mean, yeah, we got some possible really cool content coming out with Sergio here.
Love that.
But yeah, it's his home course, and yeah, I mean, look out. We might have some really cool stuff coming with Sergio.
Love that. Love it. All right. I just surprised you with a little bit of a curveball here because I just want to see if you pay attention to the comment section. So I was actually watching the announcement video, and one of the most liked comments was from none other than Wesley Bryan himself, congratulating you guys, of course. I was just curious if you noticed that at all, and if he is unsuspended, if he's someone you consider maybe playing the good championship. Who knows? Just
Hey,
curious if you saw that.
he could. This could be his return, right? It could be his return. Or we're gonna have to go out there and battle for 18 holes, and if I beat him, I get the spot. You never know. But yeah, it could be his return again. We got to sit down. We have a bunch of conversations that are gonna have to happen about who all gets there, and obviously with Big Break too, that'll happen in. That the winner of Big Break is going to be able to have a chance to, play in the event as well. So that's going to be a spot. So figuring out all of the logistics of that too is going to be kind of insane. But yeah, dude, that's going to be a lot. I think that right there, like figuring out and locking in those numbers is going to be the hardest thing, like in this whole getting a PGA Tour event and getting people to play in it. Is that whole Big Break thing, because we're going to have to narrow down. There's going to be so many amazing applications and candidates that are going to want to play, and it's going to be a very difficult dwindling down to the right 12 people. But I know our team, I know our guys, and we've got Brad and Sean. We've got some really good pros that know people and know kind of how to get those conversations going. So I'm super pumped for that too.
Yeah, man, let's just transition right. Let's use this as a segue to right into the Big Break. I mean, another big announcement today. I saw at noon that you guys are bringing back Big Break, man. And just like, dude, full stop. Like, I grew up on Big Break. Like, I love that show. I'm super happy that one, it's coming back, and that you guys are being the one to bring it back, because I saw some stuff on certain apps where it's like, the main thing was no one wanted to put up the money. So I imagine this is quite the financial commitment for you guys to get this rolling. I believe I saw it's a multi-year commitment, so this is going to be like a lot. And like, I love this show, man. It's such a cool show. Like, growing up watching all those guys getting in the PGA Tour. So I guess talk to me a little bit about one, like just how excited you are for that, and then let's get into the details, because I know some stuff's been leaked. You're going to host. We got some team captains, Sean and Brad, etc. But let's just talk about just like quickly just how cool and how excited you guys are for Big Break Good Edition.
Dude, unreal. Are you kidding me? To be able to I thought being able like just hosting a PGA thing and having that was the coolest thing that could ever happen to us. And then we're announcing Big Break freaking 2 days later. Like, insane. I'm so stoked that they wanted to do this with us, especially. I think we're gonna be able to benefit each other so much. And we got to do a couple of, obviously you saw Garrett doing the glass break, and we got to do the flop wall as well. We got to film a couple of cool videos with that. It is just insane, and I'm so stoked that they were wanting to choose us to kind of go forward and make this cool collab happen. Obviously, yes, you guys maybe have heard, maybe you haven't. I am one of the hosts for the big break. I think that is going to be an exciting opportunity for me to be able to be kind of crazy and my goofy self and adding this fun little, competition camaraderie and some yelling at some people. I think it's going to be so much fun. And I'm super stoked to be able to use my creativity there. And then obviously we have Brad and Sean playing in it. I think that is so cool. Hopefully one of our guys wins it and they will have a spot in the PGA Tour event. I know that's been a massive dream for both of them. I know that Brad, played in the Masters and the Open and all this other
He
stuff.
did?
So
I
yeah,
didn't know.
no, we actually never talked about it. Jeez, but so I know he has some experience in that high level golf, and I know Sean's he's done a lot of high experience golf as well. So I think it'll be a great opportunity for them. And then we got some captains. Freaking Bubby and Garrett being captains, I think is going to be so cool to like all of us are going to be involved in some way, and I think that's just one of the greatest blessings and opportunities that we've been able to have as good and as a company as in guys. You watch a bunch of TV shows all the time, but I'm literally gonna have a microphone in my hand like the freaking Survivor. Like I'm gonna be him. That's gonna be me hosting the show, telling people, "Hey, go over there. Hey, stand here. Hey, flop ball time. Glass break." It's gonna be electric.
I don't think the producers at Golf Channel know what they got themselves into
Oh, are
giving
you
you a
kidding me? They're
mic and
gonna be like,
hosting
"Can somebody
duties.
shut this guy up? Can somebody? Why is this guy still talking?" It's gonna be so crazy.
I think you're perfect for that role. I couldn't imagine a better role suited for you. And dude, like it's like, like I said, I grew up on Big Break. It's been
Yeah,
I think 10 years since I think 2015. I have to
yeah.
double check was the last time, man. And like as someone who like I don't really watch TV anymore, ironically enough, I just really watch YouTube. Only a time I'm watching like general TV is either golf, football, that's pretty much it, sports related. But just I don't think people like a lot of maybe your younger fans aren't going to resonate as much with this. I think a lot of the people my age, 30, 40, even like
Oh
late
yeah.
20s, it's going to hit home because, seeing the Brian Bros on there and like I can still remember like a lot of the stuff watching with my parents, like having that connection. And like I said, just seeing Big Break, good. It's just seeing how far you guys have come. It's just a huge announcement, man. And like I said, congratulations. I want to talk a little bit about the golf course. I believe it's at the Horseshoe Bay course, which I think that's where is that where you guys did the Austin event with the NFL? I'm my
Yes,
memories.
yes.
Okay. So I guess can you give some insight into the golf course at all? And obviously we've seen flop wall, glass break. Is any like I Wheel of Nine Ideals? Are you guys gonna integrate that into there at all? There's gotta be something like that,
Hey,
right?
dude, I'm the wheel guy. Get him a pan. Make him hit a pan, right? Let's get him in. You know, I really hope that we do incorporate the wheel. Like a random. I'm sure it'll be like a random club challenge, and
Yeah.
you're at 150 yards, you spin the wheel, and whatever you get, you gotta hit it on the green or whatever. So, I'm hoping to incorporate a lot of that kind of stuff. I'm very interested to see like how much like hands-on that we will actually have in picking that sort of stuff. Because again, we're messing around with people's big break. Like we're messing around with people's chance to literally get on a PGA Tour event and have a chance to get in. So I don't know how much involvement exactly we will have. I hope it's a lot. I hope we have a chance to really get involved with a lot of stuff. But I know we'll bring back the classics with the flop wall and the glass
Yeah.
breaking stuff. But I'm hoping we can add a fun twist to it. And Horseshoe Bay is a really sick golf course, really fun. Um, Sometimes can get a little windy out there. It was windy last time we were just there. It was pretty windy. So it can be kind of difficult as well. So I'm excited to see, how we incorporate that as well.
Sweet, man. Well, Scharff, that's it for you, man. I want to keep it short and sweet. Just wanted to give the fans some insight into how this whole week came about. Like I said, it's just a huge announcement for Good. I can't wait for you guys. I'm super happy. I will be there in Austin, full stop. I'll go and it's a great opportunity for me and excited to see. And it's going to be a fun time, man. I cannot wait for November 2026. And then obviously big break as well. Excited for all of it. Anyway, hit that subscribe button below, guys, because I'm trying to get 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year at the Scratch Golf Show. Other than that, we appreciate Matt's time. And like I said, leave your comments. Peace.
Peace, guys.
Cool, man.